Hey, you guys, this is Chuck Harden, Senior Consultant at RoadSync. First off, Michelle, I want to thank you for taking the time out to meet with me, to give me a little more information about your company and how you guys are operating over there, and really to see how our integration with Tollbook helps save a whole lot of time and a lot of efficiencies for how you guys are running your transactions right now. For those of you guys who are not familiar with us, I know Henry, I think you've heard of us before, but weren't quite familiar with everything that we do. We are basically a virtual POS system. So we are very similar to Square, you guys are currently using right now. The biggest difference is that we're specific to tow and repair. This is the only industry we work in. So we don't deal with barbershops, we don't deal with clothing stores. This is all we do. So it does give us the ability to better service you guys and what you deal with on a day-to-day basis. We have a lot of customers in your area that you're probably familiar with, like maybe Hearst Towing is one of my clients, TCR Towing is one of my clients, Kilgore, 82 Auto, all have entrusted us to help run their transactions and make their business work a lot more efficiently. And I always like to say our reputation is very well. You can ask about us and ask about me because I take care of my clients, right? Um, but wanted to kind of show you how our platform operates because not only do we accept all major credit cards and give 3DS fraud chargeback protection over your account, we also are able to process fleet checks, Comdata, EFS, and T checks, and your customers can pay you with a fuel card. So if you work with a commercial account, they don't have a credit card or a fleet check. Every commercial vehicle has a fuel card in it. So it gives your customers a lot of flexibility on how they can pay you, and we're going to deposit the funds into your account the very next day. All right. But I'm going to show you how integration with Tollbook works because it is very helpful for a lot of our customers just on how we're able to kind of build this out. So let me share my screen here. I got to figure out how to use this. Okay, bam. This is what I think I want to share. Okay. So this is the Tollbook account. I'm sure you guys are very familiar with how this works. Everything you're doing in Tollbook does not have to change. You operate the exact same way. I actually put this call together right before I jumped on the video so I can show you how it all works. So we're going to take this call number 1511 and we're going to enter it into our RoadSync secured Rails. So I go to my RoadSync app and I just type in from Tollbook. I forgot the number already. 1511. We type in 1511. Okay. Now, what this is doing is pulling all the information for that particular call into our secured Rails. Now, we normally communicate with your customers via text message because everyone has their cell phone with them, but you can also do it via email. Today, I'm going to use my email just so we can both look at it on the screen. And then we also attach a copy of your Tollbook invoice to our receipt. Now, if there's ever a time that you don't want to attach it, like some of our customers use a Gero or work with Allstate, and they don't want the customer to see the full invoice, you can detach it per transaction. All right. We're going to hit import. And now these are all the ways you can now take payment. 95% of our customers do use our remote checkout because it does two things for you. One, it makes your company 100% PCI compliant because you never see your customer's credit card information. And this part of our system actually sends a link to the customer and allows them to type in their own information. All right. It's going to save your drivers and your dispatchers a lot of time. And all of the transactions done with our remote checkout are covered by our 3DS chargeback protection. All right. So we're going to hit remote checkout. Our credit card rate is a flat 3.5%. It doesn't vary based on card present or non-present or what type of card it is. But you do have the ability of turning the fee on and off per transaction just by clicking right here. All right. We confirm and check out and then send to recipient. Once that happens, this little gray box lets you know that the invoice is sent, but it is currently unpaid. So on this part of our platform, you're either going to see gray showing it's unpaid, green showing that it is paid, or you may see a red which shows it is declined. And if it is declined, you can click right here and it will tell you why it is declined. Card does not have enough funds to complete transaction, so they don't have any money. They got to find another way of making payment. But at this point, your dispatcher or your driver doesn't have to do anything else to collect the payment. Now I'm going to show you what your customer sees on their end from their perspective and show you how simple it is for them as well. So I go to my email and I already have my RoadSync invoice ready to be paid. So this shows you that everything on our platform is real-time activity. All right. We're going to put your company logo right here so they know it's coming from you to help with your branding. And now they'll click in here to make payment. Now, if they're a RoadSync trucker, it takes them directly to the RoadSync app, but most of the people will continue as guests. From here, they now get a chance to view their full Tollbook invoice if they need to, and they will click right in here to make payment. And if you notice on my computer screen, everything is really sized in kind of small. The reason being it's designed for it to be viewed on a cell phone. So it makes it real easy for your customer to click up and make payment. All right. Um, if they do a credit card or debit card, it lets them know that this is a 3D secure transaction up front. They can also make a payment with the fuel card, and they can even use the money codes. And we work with Comdata, EFS, and T-Check. And the good thing with our platform, it doesn't matter which company it is, the process does not have to change. You don't go to a different website. You don't have to call a different phone number. You don't have to make sure you have the right color check to be sure that your bank will cash it. It all works the same way. So let's just, for example, use an EFS check. We actually create a virtual check number for you so you no longer need the paper check. All the driver has to do is put in their express code, which they would already know. It does ask for a driver's license, but it doesn't have to be accurate. And it asks for the state, great state of Alabama. And as soon as we hit pay now, it lets your customer know that the payment is good. Okay. And on your RoadSync app, that went from gray to green to let you know that the payment is good. And even in Tollbook, we've now gone out and closed out invoice 1511, and it's now showing as paid even in Tollbook. So don't need to go out and have to redo that work. And even if you click right here, we've broken out the calculation from what was the convenience fee that was collected and the work and the payment for the work actually already done. So we do the calculation on our side and automatically import that back in the Tollbook. So you don't have to go back in and do double work to be sure your accounting and everything is correct. Also, you do now have a digital copy of this invoice that you can now text it to them or email it to them if you need to. And this is actually how the receipt will look. So your company logo at the top, your customer's information, and any pictures and your Tollbook invoice will be collected down here at the bottom of the page. So everything in one nice, neat place. Last thing I want to show you is our reporting, because our reports are very, very important. Now that you got the money, you got to track it. And as we generate the report, all of our reports download into Excel, which is like the greatest program in the world. So you can do everything with it. So let me just open it up in Excel, and I need to stop sharing my screen and go back and share Excel so you can see how it looks. All right. Now that we do have it, now that we do have it in Excel, now it breaks down whether it was a fleet check, a credit card, a fuel card. We can even track your cash even though we don't touch it. So one place to see everything. And we've also let you know who ran the transaction, the customer information, and all the transaction fees and everything is broken out for you. So all the reporting is set up for you. Your accountant is going to love it. All right. And then last, I wanted to show you that even though we do work with Tollbook, we are an independent company, so we can run transactions outside of Tollbook. So any work that you're doing, whether it's a buy here, pay here lot, whether it is a shop that you're doing work for, whether it is a other company, you can still run those transactions just as easy. All we have to do is hit express payment. We put in the invoice number for whatever invoice system that you're tracking. You put in a dollar amount, and we can still use our remote checkout and just type in a phone number or email and hit send. And just that easy, it's been sent. So anyone else that you need to collect payment for, they can run through our platform as well. And that way you have one place to track everything. All right. So I want to put that together for you really, really quickly. Please, I hope you guys wrote down any questions, any notes that you have. I'm going to follow up with you guys next week sometime. My name is Chuck Harden, and I do appreciate your time and checking out my video. Have a good one. Thanks.